I'm sensing, and we feel the same. No, dili gid ay layo atong feelings. We are so aligned. No, we are excited. We are looking forward to see the children. We can feel the children. At the same time, we don't want to rush this. We want to make sure that we are aligned. We will have conversations. We have clarity. We are preparing, and I really hope that whatever it is that we will be sharing with you, yes, I like what some of you recognize, no, na tanan dili tanan matubag, because this is the reason why the intention of coming together is really finding, finding common like solutions or ideas, co-creating, and not expecting, just the school to think about it. Rather, we are really allowing you to contribute, because we are here to really, create together with you. No? So, however, dili sa pwede nga wala sa buhaton. So basically, just to give you an idea, we did the survey, we gathered the survey, the results, and we will be sharing the results with you, no? And tell me how you feel about it, no? So, di lang ako i-preempt, no? Kay kanang murag nindot man sad ang result, so the preempt na. And then second is that we would also like you to know that there's a process, no? And just briefly, I will share with you the process that we are following, with the government. So this is an interagency, it's a collaboration between private sector and the LGU, and this is so reassuring also. So maybe you may not have heard much from us because we were really doing all the groundworks, and that is what we will be sharing with you behind the scenes. And then now, when we find it, this is the time when we would want, the other piece na food, no, the other stakeholder to come into the picture. So we started with ourselves. We started with our people, no, CPMS team. One was really to understand. I mean, first, really, it was really to check on ourselves. Really check on ourselves, because we are also transitioning, no, from work from home, lahi ra ba you can work from home, and then to wake up and then go back to school. So to tell you, February pa lang, we were already telling people, okay, the cases have gone down, so we are now thinking of really having people work in school. So we were giving people some time, and then by end of February, if I got it right, we said, okay, so sa sugod, sige, kasabot ta, nag-transition ta. Pero at the end of February, we na nga work in school na gyud, and we can only allow you to work from home if we had conditions. So somehow we prepared ourselves good first, no, because even the transition wasn't easy for us. So and March, wala na, no. We monitored with the presence of everybody in school. And April, gawas na yun ang memo, no? So another memo. So we also had to do it slowly but surely, no? So we started with ourselves, and then along the way, simultaneously, we were having conversations with Department of Education, and I think I have shared that in the circular, no? But ang circular, and I know that you've read it. I trust that you've read it. Murag in ana siya ka-comprehensive, because we had to tell you that we had done all these things. We had conversations. We have networked with the LGU, the Vaccination Operations Center, the disaster reduction risk management. So and all that. So we somehow, and the Department of Education, we did our own benchmarking, just for people, for us, for our team to also feel more confident, no? Nagite reference ani. There's a long list, no? A checklist of from the Department of Education, which is called the the school safety assessment tool, no? And honestly, that was released November. Immediately after we got that, we went through that, makalabad sa ulo, no? Really honest. But we had conversations right away with Teacher Bem as a consultant, help us imagine this, help us, allow us to hear how you also transitioned in the US, kaya nagpuna naman dito. That kind of, kanang progression, no? So from November all the way to today. So this is why we feel this is very timely, and it's good that we are having this conversation. So I'll open my Canva, and what I'll be sharing with you would be the results of our survey, no? It is very reassuring, no? Very reassuring, because again, our school is composed of a lot of households, di ba? Mura gitag kanang barangay, no? Every household you have to be aware of, kumusta sad ang every household, because kung unsay sitwasyon sa every household, well, ginasad siya ang, will have a domino effect here in school. This is why we had to ask those questions and gather the data, no? So here are the important information that we need to share with you, no? So we asked the parents, okay, there were 76, okay, so 76 households, no, and we are expecting 100 man. So that's why we have covered 75% of the population of CPMS, current population. That's a very good turnout, no, para sa survey. So kampante kami nga na-cover na mo, we have the right data. So what did we ask about this? Just giving you idea nga asa gikan ang mga students based sa kaninga survey, covered aninga survey. So a good what's this representation side of the whole school, of every department, no? So just to tell you that whatever the results of the survey covered 75% of the population of CPMS, no? So we asked how the vaccination information of adults in the household, no? Take note, 75% ang ato ang na-cover. And look, diba? This is so amazing, no? Total number of vaccinated adults is 96%, no? Or more, no? So kaning yes, no? All and most, no? So meaning kanang most naa, pero napag-iuban nga wala. So majority yun, no, are vaccinated ang adults sa kanang household sa CPMS na families. And then number of doses, wow, amazing, no? So naka-second dose yun, fully vaccinated, plus napag yung mga third doses na, no? So 90. So herd immunity, no? This is so reassuring, no? 97.3% have adults vaccinated in the households of CPMS, no, population. And 90% have adults with at least 2 doses and above. And we know magud na maunay fully vaccinated, no? So what else? Of course, we also asked about, vaccination information about teens, in case na ay teens sa balay, no? What we can see here is that 85 or 86, around 86% have teens, no? I mean, only those who have teens answered this. And out of those nga naay teens, 86% ang vaccinated ang teens. And when we ask about the doses, 2 doses, no? 96% of those nga teens na vaccinated. So, okay gapon na, di ba? 86% of those na naay mga teens vaccinated. Okay? For B, no? For children, okay, so 5 to 11 years old, mo ni atong population sa CPMS. So, we asked, no? Total number of children vaccinated among those who answered. Now, magito'y children kay now sa CPMS. So we can see, no, that 57 plus 4, so around 60% ang vaccinated, no? And around that kuan, napay daghan out of 60% na vaccinated, daghan pa ang tingalan og second dose, no? 38% and 57% of those nga vaccinated have already completed the 2 doses. Okay? Honestly, nadungagan na ni siya kay na may nagpabakuna gahapon sad, no? And we were so happy, honestly, kay even parents really appreciated it na teacher, di gid na mo mabuhat sa mall kay imagine na ang tigbakuna o ang doktor giadto gyud sa sakyanan, no? Kay naman di mga bata nga dili pa gyud too overwhelming gyud kaayo. So nabakaduhan gyud ang bata because because we did it in school and we arranged it also, no? Kay kaya raman mo gawas raman ang doctor and the one who will do the vaccination. So they went to the car and makunahan yun, no? Instead of magtutuyok ta, dagandagan ta with the children, anak kayo pa na stressful. But we tried it that way first. It didn't work, so we found ways, no? So kinabangay. What we want to go back to would just be these challenges na atong na go through, no? Or na experience na even frustrations before, no? So let's remember that first conversation we had during 2020. We also asked you the same, no? Unsa inyong biggest challenges and frustrations, and these were the survey also came out, no? Challenges were lack of teaching skills, lack of time, lack of workspace, lack of resources, and then we said, okay, so mo ninyong needs, no? So CPMS can provide these, no? So parent training, all these things, no, we provided. So what are we saying here? For most of you, you really said that what CPMS did really worked for you, no? That was out in the survey. And then that continued for 2 years. And somehow, now we are asking you, so unsa naman gyud ang mga challenges pag gyud karon, no? Currently. So now, gyud now. So I think the same more or less. Lack of training skills, and these are verbatim, no, from the survey forms, no. Maka-stress gyud sa mga parents, no, how to accomplish the works or looking after the children, murag sige na gadget and all that. So it's kind of challenging, and together with that is lack of time. Kay nag-transition na sa mga parents to work at the office and murag more work na gyud, no, than a year ago. So mas ni lack of time, mas ni grabe gyud for ang lack of time na sometimes mabiyaan na lang gyud siguro ang bata to work on his or her own, no. So these are just the comments, no, of parents. So and the lack of interaction, I think the socialization ni gawas gina to be major gina nga concern, no. Kay 2 years na, and they've not really been out with other children and all that. So dako sad kay na nga concern. And lack of conducive working environment, no, sa balay. Sometimes we find the space small, sometimes a lot of things happening, and not as conducive, no, for working or for learning for children. So we were just wondering if is really face-to-face the ultimate solution, no? Ultimate because gusuwayan man ni nato, na pa man gihapon ang challenges, di padayon siya. So basin lang face-to-face would be, a solution far better than what we had 2 years ago. That is a big question, no? And it depends on how we answer that or how we see things. What we are sensing is that yes, it may just be, no? And so this is the face-to-face classes transition timeline of CPMS. No? So daghang questions from you. So this is how we will be facing it. Phase 1 is the pilot test, because this is also recommended by DepEd. You just have to try it. We also feel, no, to be agile, you just have to try it and learn along the way. No? So we are thinking of padung naman gyud ta end sa school year, this is the best time to try it. No, kay in terms of focus, kanang, okay lang ha, ma-disturb ta a little kay towards the end naman. We have also assured the teachers also have assured us we have covered more or less what has to be covered in the school year. So sakto ra nga burag pangana to gamay disruption towards the end. Okay? What else? The pilot we are thinking of, the pilot that we are thinking of, again, open to discussion, whatever, but we are thinking of, we start with the upper LM. Okay? We start with the upper LM. Kung kinsa ang qualified, okay? So later we will talk about that. Kung kinsa qualified to join the pilot, can join the pilot. Upper LM first. No? And then phase 2. So May, kung isa sa May 11. No? We just have to work backwards because, again, our requirements, the safety seal should be given to us by the government, okay, before we can even open. But we are really, working it out. So May 11 is the first day of the pilot test for upper elementary. What's the second phase? The second phase is we expand the pilot. We expand the limited face-to-face classes too. Maybe we will be starting with another pilot class in lower LM and another pilot class in preschool, covering only those who are about to transition to elementary, meaning katong mo graduate or mo move up to elementary. We will start with that. Okay, so now qualifications. So that is May, and because we will end our school year June 18, which is our graduation day, and we will hold it in CPMS in person. Just a small group, no, limited also. Basta face to face na nato ang ato ang graduation. So what about next school year? It is part of the expanded limited face to face of CPMS. We will start with, of course, the first quarter. We will give parents the chance to really decide what modality, because we still have 2 modalities present, diba? So would they want to go for face-to-face or online purely for the first quarter? They have to decide that by July. And then as just before we enter second quarter, we will ask again, okay, would you want to go face-to-face or still online for the second quarter? Okay, so we will allow that. Then second semester is really like, okay, you choose for the rest of the school year. Okay, and that will start February. So January, you have to decide face-to-face or online. Okay, so that is the expanded. No? So we will look into how many and the details of that. No? Actually, we have scenarios already, and we are now consolidating the consent, because that's the requirement of TEPED. Only those with parents' consent can be part of the limited face-to-face or the pilot. However, the school can qualify. Okay, so even if you gave us your consent, meaning you're telling us, I'm ready to allow my child, or I am allowing my child to be part of that, daapay qualification si CPMS, because again, we would want to run it in a way na kanang sure ta as much as we could, meaning not too many variables, so somehow controlled not to in a way, no? So small is still key there, or a pilot is still key. Then the full implementation, after we have learned or we have experienced the expanded, the transition, that will be phase 3, which is 2023 to 2024. Okay. So how to qualify? Because we really want to reduce the risk. Okay, as we are starting this pilot test, we are saying that, and you might be wondering why there is July, because we are intending to have summer classes and a pilot of face-to-face summer classes also, during the break. So we will choose vaccinated. Okay, we will choose vaccinated. What we are not saying that dili pwede ang unvaccinated. Naa lifetime, no? So we are open to having unvaccinated children to be part, to really have the opportunity to go face to face. However, we have to push that back a little bit. So pilot testing only vaccinated. For the expanded, the first quarter, because again, we're still starting, we're still testing, only vaccinated, and then only in the second trimester, somewhere November, October, parents should decide if they really want to go for face-to-face. So even unvaccinated can be accepted already by then and the rest of the school year, okay?